Well, wake up now, don't you know it's time for the Cowboy Corner Show. Come on, everyone, let's go to the Cowboy Corner Show.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Cowboy Corner Show with me, the Cowboy, who is in the corner as always. And today, boy, I've got me a very special guest joining me on the show. Please welcome, with a big old Cowboy Corner applause, off-brand, Morgan Wallen. How's it going, Morgan?
It's going pretty good.
Good. Hey, I'm so glad that you joined us. I know you took some time off to get here. You just had your tour, or I guess it wasn't necessarily a tour. It was a festival called the Sand in My Boots Festival. When was that? Back on May the 16th through the 18th in Gulf Shores, Alabama. How was Alabama this summer?
It was a pretty fun time.
Yeah, them Alabama folks, they get pretty crazy down there. They know how to party.
No, but I tell you what, they do know how to kiss their cousins.
Oh, no. Did you see any of that going on? I mean, I heard the stories, but I ain't never actually seen it going on.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of it, actually.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't really know how to follow that up, but I'm glad you made it out of there. Did anything else, any other crazy events take place while you were there?
No, not really. I mean, they do like the very expensive beers.
Very expensive beer. Oh, yeah, like the imports.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll import their beers, but they won't import their girlfriends. They keep them there local, huh?
Yep.
No offense to you Alabamites.
Well,
I guess that's how you say it.
Normally they're related to their girlfriends.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They ain't importing them. They're keeping them local. I mean, he said it, folks, not me. Don't get mad at me. I did not say that. Well, I mean, so you got a new record, came out, a new album, whatever you call it. I've heard some of the tunes on it, and you know they're all right. I mean, I'm not going to say that is necessarily my type of music. I like to keep it old school. I like the '90s country and stuff, but I grew up listening to country music, and I'd keep it on my Walkman and my Discman. I don't even know if you know what that is, because that generation of you guys, but we didn't have watches that played music. We didn't have the phones and all the MP3 players and whatnot. Like, we had a cassette and we had a CD and we had it on a Walkman or a Discman. Like in the 80s, it was a Walkman. So you had the cassette tapes. You put it in there and it was about yay big, and you strap it on the side of your belt, and then you had your headphones that came on. And that's what I did my jamming out to, the stuff I was listening to back then. Leonard Skinner and whatnot, and George Strait, of course. And then in the 90s, as it got a little further down, it moved over to the Discman with the CDs. And so you got any of that going on? You going to be making any cassettes or CDs in your music anytime? Anything playing?
I'm a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
I'll play on the radios, but I don't know, you might have inspired me to
Well, there you go, because nobody else is really doing it. And so if you start putting it out and doing music on cassettes and on CDs, hey, that could open the door back up, because you got a big thing going, so people are going to want to follow that up. I know everybody's doing the vinyl stuff, but like, you can't carry around a dadgum record player. If I'm on the horse out there on the range, I ain't got no record player sitting there. I'd have to pull a trailer behind the horse, like put him on a wagon, and that's not necessary. But is there any kind of music, speaking of the music, is there any kind that you think is like weird? Like, I don't know what all kind of music you're into. I personally, I can't do like techno, like the dum 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 dum. I can't do that. That's too much for me.
Yeah, the Midwest emo, just the screaming can get annoying.
Midwest emo. So it's like gothic and farmers? Like they're out there harvesting corn with their eye shatter on, or what?
It's not much of Midwest. That's just kind of the genre that it's called. Mm-hmm. But it's just gothic.
Gothic music from Midwest. I guarantee I ain't never heard of that, but that sounds like something that I want to pretty much stay as far away from as I can.
Yeah, and they got the weirdest lyrics too.
Really? You got any examples?
There's this one song, and it goes like, "Your dad is my dentist, and you're my cavity."
Can you sing it? Like you got the tune to it? I may have to look that one up.
Well, I don't know the name, but basically you can get it right if you just scream that.
Oh yeah, so there's really no melody to it.
No.
Yeah, I mean at least your music, like it's a little bit on the rap countryside, but at least it does have a melody. I mean, I give it that. You can carry a tune, you know. You ain't totally just out there just screaming a bunch of nonsense. So, I mean, I'll give you that. So, a couple years ago when you was out on a tour, I seen where you got arrested at that hotel there in Nashville, I believe. You like throwed a chair out a window up the second story, and what happened there? You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So I went back to my room after a bar, and this chair, he was being like really mean, like really offensive, saying some not nice stuff. So, and the window was open, and I was even warning that chair. I was like, I will throw you out the window if you don't start being nicer. And he just kept on going on and on.
Wow. So then you just gave it a fling out the window. Then I heard that it hit like a police down there, and that's how you ended up. They brought you down and hauled you off. Yeah,
well, it was like close to a policeman, and it like set off some car alarms.
Wow. Yeah. So then, did you get bailed out, or did you just bust out of there like an outlaw, or?
No, I got bailed out.
You got bailed out? I'm sure your manager or your agent wasn't having that. They got you out of there, huh?
Nope.
So, how did it go with the police? Like, did they treat you all right?
Yeah, they were wanting my autograph and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got thrown in jail one time, and they just kept me out they didn't even put me in the actual pen. They just kept me out, and I kind of hung out with the warden and whatnot. I mean, it was a small town redneck jail, but he just kept me in there hanging out until I finally was able to see the judge the next morning and get bailed out. So it don't hurt, you know. It's all right to be a celebrity. You know, life ain't always fair, and sometimes we catch some breaks that some other folks that are less handsome or less popular catch. And I mean, that's just life. That's just life. But how does it feel on the law enforcement? Like, what do you consider? You know, I guess there's different tiers or different ranks of law enforcement. What would you consider to be like the top echelon compared to the bottom echelon? I mean, it's going to be like FBI, Secret Service at the top, maybe?
Yeah, I think you got me spot on right there. FBI and Secret Service, they're probably like the top.
Because I don't know if you'd consider like the Navy SEALs or the Army Rangers law enforcement, because those dudes, they going around with some heavy artillery. They're sneaking in at night, kicking doors open, wearing full body camo and whatnot. So I don't know. I guess if you go like law enforcement, I'd probably have to say FBI would be the top.
Yeah.
Maybe the CIA. And then it would go down to your like your sheriffs, your state police, your city police. And then down there, I mean, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but like, what would you consider, say, like a mall cop? Would that be probably that? I mean, for me, a mall cop's probably the lowest echelon of your law enforcement.
Yeah, that's pretty down there, but I think probably a park ranger would be like the lowest that it can go.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't even think neither one of them can actually like arrest anybody, or they can kind of do like a citizen's arrest and just keep them held up until the actual law enforcement get there. So we're hanging out here in New Mexico where we're filming this, and I don't know if you noticed or not, but, there's dadgum weed stores everywhere, on every corner. You go, and it don't matter what town you're in. It's like you got, a clothing store, a weed store. You got you a pharmacy, you got you a weed store. You got you Walmart, and then you got you a weed store next door. And there's just, there's weed stores all over the place down here. And I was just wondering, like, where are you finally going to draw the line? Like, how we get all these weed stores? Where you finally draw the line on, like, who all is going to have weed stores or not. Like, are they going to start selling weed at the Walmarts, at the Dollar General?
Well, I think those type of stores will keep it family friendly, but maybe at like pizza places, like Pizza Inn. Honestly,
You think? Oh, so yeah, you go get you a slice of pepperoni and then just smoke you a doob right there in the Pizza Inn. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Now, obviously, I am not pro weed. I think that you should refrain from the reefer. That's my motto. It don't do nothing but make people lazy. And then, we ain't got anybody out there doing the dirty work because they're all stoned at home playing video games. And so that ain't for me. But I just wonder, why do they always get the nicest buildings? Like the weed stores, you would think it's a weed store, it's going to be like some rundown ghetto shack. But no, they're getting these brand new marble buildings and all the fancy glass fronts and the lights. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't really understand that either, because you would think by the 75 weed stores here, they would close down one another, but they're all staying open in business.
Yeah, they just be putting each other out because, there's so many of them. I don't get it neither. It don't make a bit of sense to me. But, yeah, I mean, weed everywhere. So we're just believing that that's going to come to an end and we're going to be a weed-free community. But I didn't know. I mean, I figured you noticed it when you came here because they're all over the dadgum place. But, yeah, I just think about, like, am I going to start going into the Walmarts, or the grocery store to get me a loaf of bread and, some bologna to make me a sandwich and maybe some Spam and some mayonnaise and, then go down the aisle and it ain't got nothing but the devil's lettuce and the wacky tobacco down there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be a little out of hand, but hey, we're just going to say that ain't never going to happen.
Well, I'm sure Walmart might have a section where it's like seeds where you can grow weed, but I don't think they'll sell like weed just straight out of Walmart.
Yeah, just straight up already grown and manicured and all that. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll hope not. But what about, do you ever think about things? Because I was thinking about this the other day. What if I'm really good at something and I just don't know it because I've never done it? Like, it could be, I do know for a fact that I'm terrible at golf because I tried it. I tried to be good at it, and I can't play golf to save my life. But then I was thinking, I may be really good at playing tennis, but I ain't never played tennis, so how would I know? But I could put me on some of them shorts, get me a racket, and get out there and run around and hit that ball, and hey, I may be the next Andre Agassi or whatever. I don't know, but have you ever thought about that? Like, you good at something?
Yeah, sometimes I think that I might be pretty good at making some tea and some sweet tea.
You know what? You are good at making some. There ain't no thinking about that. We got this Morgan Wallen tea right here. I don't know if you've seen it. This stuff right here is all right. And by all right, I mean it's excellent. Like, he really does make some good tea, and that ain't no joke. I'm glad you mentioned that. But, yeah, so we all know you can sing, you can write music, you can pick up chicks, and you can make some mighty fine sweet tea. That's for sure. You ever thought of anything that you may be good at that you don't know?
Maybe like pickleball. I could be a great pickleball player.
Yeah, I mean, that goes for me too. I ain't never played pickleball. Honestly, I don't know what pickleball is.
Yeah, I don't even know how you play it.
But, we might form us a team. We may form us a pickleball team if you got time. And we could just practice at it. Heck, yeah, we may be good. We may be the pickleball state champions next year, if they have such a thing. I don't know.
I could be pretty good at badminton. Never played that before.
Well, I done told my badminton story a week or so ago. I got smacked across the nose, broke my nose with the racket. It wasn't even me doing it, but I definitely am not going to play any more badminton. That put a bad taste in my mouth on that sport. So you may be good at that one, but you can do that one all by yourself, that's for sure. Do you have any pet peeves?
Like weird candle scents and weird dog names, stuff like that.
Yeah? Like, what do you got on that?
For candle names, or like candle scents,
Yeah.
they'll say like wooden horse carcass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I do agree with that. What kind of pet names you think are weird?
Any like human names?
Yeah.
Or like Bradford.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a dog named Conrad, but that's that name fits him perfectly.
Yeah, or people who name their dog like Alex.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty good dog name. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that because I actually like dogs that have human names. So I think that's pretty cool most of the time. Now you could get out of hand there, but I think in general I like the dogs with human names.
Or there's like so many common names. Like people name their dog Oreo.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of Oreos. There's a lot of buddies.
yeah, buddies.
I think they need unique names too, but I'm okay with the human names. Like I think having a dog named Frank, that'd just be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Especially like a weenie dog, because it's a weenie. His name's Frank.
Well, yeah, I feel like if it's a funny human name, but if you're just giving your dog like Michael,
Yeah.
then that's
Yeah. And then sometimes you got names that are kind of like tongue-in-cheek style, and those are kind of goofy too, so I'm not down for that. My pet peeve I can go ahead and tell you about is like bad cable management. And I try to, when you're running podcasts, when you're running shows, all kinds of things, playing guitars, all the things that we do around here, you got cables and stuff everywhere, and I don't like them, strung out. And even like on the Mac here, I got the cables, they're nice. And there's this one old boy that I was watching his podcast, and he, he's a professional comedian. Like he's got Netflix shows. He's doing shows at, big venues in front of lots of people. Even his YouTube channel's got like 130,000 subscribers or something like that. And I'm watching his podcast, and I like him. I think he's funny. But he's got like his mic, similar to this one, but his cable's just like drooping down. And so I sent him a message, and I was just like, hey, a person at your level of entertainment kind of needs to have his stuff together, a little neater. Just work on your cable management. Like I was just trying to help him out, and then he came back at me. He's like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to do. Like I like my mic down here, and I'm like, well, I like my mic down here too. But as you can see, like you don't see my cables going everywhere. I got a little cable here, and then it's nice and clean, and in the back it's all rolled up till it gets up to the audio interface, and then that. But that's one of my pet peeves, and I mean, I ain't mad about it. It don't matter to me. And if you got cable strung out everywhere, that's your deal. But I just thought it was kind of funny because I just mentioned it to him that he put it in his podcast. Well, I don't know what this guy wants me to do. He's saying that my cables are sloppy. And I was like, I'm just trying to help you out, man. I'm just trying to keep you looking profesh because you're like selling out arenas and Netflix shows. And so, just that's on your level. That's all I was thinking. But anyway, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I think because how women can get deodorant and it's like their scent or whatever is vanilla, but then you go to men's deodorant and it's like rock lava thunderstruck.
Yeah, and then when you smell it, it don't smell nothing like a rock lava or thunderstruck. It just smells like kind of normal, like pine scenty deodorant.
Yeah.
But I do get it. Like they name them weird things like, for some reason guys are going to buy it if it sounds like something out of a Avengers movie or something like that. Then yeah, that is pretty funny, honestly. Have you ever had a bad haircut or like seen anybody with a bad haircut?
Well, in 2017, just don't look up those photos of me.
2017. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull them up now. In fact, we'll just go ahead and put them on the screen here in a minute. But yeah, everybody's probably had bad haircuts a time or two. I remember I've had a couple, and the good thing is you just wear a hat. Nobody really can tell. But yeah, bad haircuts. It's a thing, but sometimes I just go through, like, there's websites and stuff that'll show them, and it'll show people with bad haircuts. It's pretty funny to just go through that. Anyway.
I also don't like how whenever you were younger and your mom or your dad, they'd say like, go look up a picture of haircuts and show the barber, and it was all these like 8-year-olds with like these dragon fins all colored red.
Oh yeah, and they got all kinds of designs in there.
Yeah, and it's like, why would I want that haircut?
Yeah,
I just want a normal, just clean up.
Yeah, just give her a little trim, clean up the edges a little bit, and let's roll, baby. One last thing, we're kind of running out of time here, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But do you think, this day and age, because everybody's got phones in their pocket, they've even got watches, it's built in your cars, like GPS everywhere, there's GPS. Do you think that it's okay to just ask somebody for directions? Like, what's your stance on that?
I mean, if you're a cowboy, you should know where everything is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you got me there. But, sometimes I'm in somewhere else, and I don't know where I'm going. But I just kind of like to have the old school relationship, going up to some old boy and, making some eye contact, saying, hey, do you know where the Circle K is?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I think that people are too dependent. And I mean, phones are a great thing. All this AI stuff, it's okay, It sure does make things handy, but you're also just losing a relationship. You're losing personal relationship with other people by going, it used to be a thing. You'd pull into a gas station somewhere and you'd have to go in and ask somebody like, hey, here's where I'm trying to get. Can you help me out?
Yeah, I don't like how you can just ask Siri anything, or like Alexa or Gemini or Chat GPT.
Yeah, it's getting just a little crazy. Like, I don't know how much AI is too much AI, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad. People are saying that AI might take over our jobs.
Yeah, well, in a lot of cases it is, because they're even building robots that are AI powered, and then they're coming in, and which that goes kind of back to the what we were talking about with the marijuana. Like, you got people that are lazy. They're just staying home getting high all the time. And then there's other people that are owning businesses. They need to get stuff done. So I don't necessarily blame them on that aspect, but like, we don't need to just turn everything over to AI.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to just sit there on the couch and have AI do everything for me, but I still need a source of income.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to get out there and sing the songs and, write the songs. And even AI now, they're using it to write songs and stuff. I've heard some of the songs; they're pretty goofy, but yeah, it's you still need to be able to get out there and do the thing,
Yeah.
But I'm still a guy that's going to get out and ask for directions sometime and just, see the sights, take the scenic route, and kind of enjoy the adventure, enjoy the journey of semi being lost, until I can find somebody to ask, like, hey, where's the feed barn? That's just me. But I didn't know what people nowadays, especially the younger crowd, what they were doing, because they really I don't think they just talk to anybody at all. They'd rather just look it up on their phone and whatnot. So
Yeah. Well, if I'm ever lost, I just like to take the adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Just see if I can find my way back. I'll get to see everything.
Yeah, that's me too. I mean, and then that gives you material, Sometimes you could use that to write a song, to, do a podcast show, whatever, when you get that material that you wouldn't have got otherwise had you just used your Chat GPT to tell you everything that you need to know.
Yeah, like even with the show, I'm sure sometimes you got to think, like, what are you going to ask Chris Brown whenever he was on this show?
Yeah, I mean,
you could just ask ChatGPT to do that.
Right, but I didn't. I looked it up. Now, I did get some stuff wrong, because at one time I got the wrong Chris Brown, so I accused him of going to jail for beating up his girlfriend, and
yeah,
come to find out that wasn't even him. But, you win some, you lose some, and that keeps things interesting. We all make mistakes. I ain't perfect. I know most people think I am, but I ain't, and I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. But you got anything else?
That'll be all.
You got any tour dates or or music dates coming up, or?
I think you're gonna have to ask the real Morgan Wallen on that one. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll see if I can get a hold of him. I tried to get him here, and he wouldn't answer my phone, so that's how I ended up with you. But, hey, you did a great job, and I'm glad that you showed up.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you were on the show, and I appreciate you being here and taking your time. We're going to get that pickleball team together, so don't forget. We got to get that going, and we'll just see. I mean, we may be the Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen of pickleball.
Maybe.
So
we'll never know.
Yeah, tune in. We'll see what happens there. But, hey, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you tuning in and watching the Cowboy Corner Show, and we will see you later.